stop burning money on outdated and overpriced lead generation tools like ZoomInfo, Sales Navigator, or List Brokers, and just random online directories. You guys, sales teams, are wasting valuable time calling disconnected numbers or emailing bounced addresses, and you're chasing leads that have no purchasing power. And even when you do reach prospects, they're low quality leads and they have no budget, and they basically kill your team's productivity, and you make zero ROI on the sales reps that you hire. Kind of an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. So over the past 2 years, I've personally scraped over 400,000 newbie prospects using nearly a bunch of tools on the market, and I've kind of figured out which ones have delivered high quality, accurate data. And I'm going to basically show you every single one of them here, because I have been able to find a way to not only get decision makers that are a good fit, but also the ones that have the budget and the need. And the best part is these are super cost effective and, pretty much relatively cheap. So let's go through it. And I'm also going to leave all the links to them in the description so you can skip the expensive learning curve. So first we have account beta. What this means is you need to first build a list of targeted companies or accounts. You can't just go straight into everything from the start. So these are the tools that we use to find companies based on the industry, the size, and other firmographics. So let's begin. If you're targeting SaaS, tech, or startups, Crunchbase is the best place to start. It has the most accurate data like funding rounds, employee growth, tech stacks. And you can basically build a list of every SaaS company that just raised a Series A, for example. So that's a huge buying signal. And then if you're, and by the way, the reason I'm hiding them is just so to make it more fun and entertaining for you. And if you're targeting e-com, Store Leads is going to be a really good one for you. They basically can track every single, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce store, or not every single one of them, but a lot of them on the internet. And you can basically filter by the platform they use, what apps they install, their estimated revenue, I think stuff related to products, etc. So this is really good if you're targeting like e-com, CPG, retail, just, brands. And then once you have these, we also have Apollo. So Apollo is for more traditional industries like legal, financial services, IT. It has a massive database of companies, and you can just filter by all this stuff here. And it's not, the highest quality from the start, but there is a step here that's going to help you fully qualify them. So you won't have to worry about this. We just need it because it has a lot of data and more cost effective than some other tools. And then we have Outscraper. So this one is if you're targeting like local businesses, plumbers, restaurants, all that stuff. D7 is the go-to tool. It also, it basically scrapes the entire Google Maps, finds, their city, their zip code, their rating, all that good stuff, and you can get the phone number, email, website, everything directly. Now, you have accounts that you want to reach. Now you want to get the decision makers within them. So once you have your target accounts, we can go into Clay. So Clay is basically the central hub for our entire data operation once you have a list of accounts, because you can import your accounts here and then find the decision makers within them for free. That's the best part, right? So it can find it from the LinkedIn URLs or the domains. All of these tools have the LinkedIn URLs or the domains of the companies that you're building the list with. So Clay is going to be able to find the job titles within them. Once you have those job titles, you can go into Find Email if you want to get the emails. Find Email is basically a tool outside of Clay, but Clay has a collaboration with them where you can use it inside of their platform. And so it can find a bunch of emails. It's very good at finding a high percentage of emails from the list of prospects. So let's say you have like 10 prospects, it can probably find 8, you know what I mean? So it's very effective in that sense. And it's just been high quality, and we've been using it and it's been great. Now, if you want to get the phone numbers, Better Contact is apparently really high quality in terms of just they have a different method compared to the other phone number enrichment tools. So you want to go with that. It's maybe not the cheapest option, but if you want to call people, you want to call mobile numbers directly and get straight to the decision makers, this is going to be highly accurate for you. And then now that you have a list of accounts, people inside of them, and the contact details for the people, what you want to do next is validate your data. This is one that I believe, some people even skip because they just don't even know about it. But once you have like emails, phone numbers, if you're sending emails to a list of emails without validating it, you will basically destroy your sender reputation. You'll get your domain blacklisted because you can get really high bounce rates. So you'll reach invalid emails because people change their jobs every single day and they change their emails. So you're reaching out to invalid emails. And what happens is they bounce back, and then Google sees, and Outlook sees, okay, this guy's just a spammer, so let's put him in spam. So yeah, you want to use Million Verifier to verify emails and reduce your bounce rates. This one is very cost effective. Everyone loves it. And then for phone numbers, you want to use ClearOutPhone. And you might be asking, why do I need to validate phone numbers? Simply because you want to only speak to mobile number decision makers. Better Contact is going to do a good job, but you still need to validate it. It's highly recommended. I say email is more important, validating your emails. This one isn't really going to crush you because you're not going to land in spam, but still you want to remove the odd landlines just so you can only speak directly to the right decision maker. And then once you have a list of clean prospects, they might be thinking, okay, that I'm just going to give these to my sales reps. They're just going to dial, send emails. But the thing is that what separates a good list from a highly qualified list is lead qualification. This is the newer part of outbound that your competitors are not doing, right? This is the new stuff. So you need to know how to do this, and you need to know how to do this well, because this is what separates the winners from the second place winners. Okay, so let's get through it. First, what you want to do is you want to make sure that everyone on your list is a good fit in terms of industry, company size, and what they offer. And the reason being is because all these tools, they find the right companies, but it's not perfect, right? It can be like companies that have certain keywords in their website, and then this tool basically connects that keyword, but it's not actually that type of company. So, finance, but it's actually a fintech company. It's not actually an accounting firm. So what you want to do is you want to filter even further so you don't waste a second on these, non-industry fit prospects. And obviously there's going to be outliers, but this is really going to remove the non good fits. And how you do this is inside of Clay, there's a tool called ClayJet. This is basically an AI web researcher. So you run the AI and it goes through everyone on your list. It goes through their website, into their LinkedIn, and just makes sure that they're in the right industry. And then it'll output yes or no. And how you do this is you simply write a prompt. Hey, this is my ICP or my ideal client persona, for those of you who don't know. And I just want you to find out if these companies are of this fit or of this ideal client persona or not. If yes, output yes. If no, output no. And then the ones who are no, you're just going to remove from your list. And now you have a list of truly ideal client personas. But you want to take it even a step further. So if you want to, and this isn't mandatory at all, now we're just getting into the extra, saucy stuff. But if you want to really do this, then this is even better. You want to find certain buy signals that indicate that your prospects have budget, need, and timing to buy. So you have to find things that are publicly available about them that can evoke that or can tell you that they have the budget, need, and timing. And how you do this is, for example, things like, if you're selling promotional products, and you're going to ask ChatGPT, by the way, for these signals. So you're going to ask it, what are the top 3 online available signals that indicate that my ideal client, tell it about your ideal client, needs promotional products or needs marketing services. And so examples of this is like, they have an upcoming conference and they might need merch for that, or they have an announcement about a certain thing, or they're using a certain tool, like, I don't know, a tool that has it's like a client gifting platform, for example. This shows they're in the market for it, or they have recent funding. So you want to get these specific signals defined by ChatGPT, and then you'll go back into Clay. And what Clay is going to allow you to do, there's this new tool called Sculptor. It's basically a chatbot within Clay, and you can ask it for what you're looking for within your lead list. So, I want to check if my prospects have an upcoming event, and then it'll decide what enrichments, because Clay has a bunch of tools inside of it, what enrichments to run throughout your list to find out this information that you're asking Sculptor for. And then it'll give you this information for all the leads. And so you basically tell it what you want. So I want companies who have upcoming events after you find out what you're looking for from ChatGPT. And then it's going to give you the enrichment and run it through your entire list. And then you can filter even further for the ones that have specific signals. You can either remove the ones that don't have the signals, which is not that intelligent, or you could just you can filter them, basically segment them by, okay, these guys have an event, these guys have funding. Let's call these guys, have a personalized script for them, personalized, whatever it is, and let's have a personalized email for these guys. So you can get really creative with this. And this is stuff that your competitors, 95% of them are probably not doing, especially in the promotional product space. And so this is basically the entire list building system that I've kind of outlined for you. Instead of using this old outdated way, you can use a new way where you're getting ahead of your competitors, you're getting the most qualified leads, and you basically can spend more time on people who actually have a chance of buying instead of just wasting time here. So that's the entire stack, the tech stack. Now, if you want to skip all of this, you don't want to buy any of these because I have economies of scale in my team, and you want us to build you an outbound system using this tech stack so you can get more sales meetings and your promotional products company or marketing agency, you can book a call with me below. We'll create a strategy together and I can answer any of your questions. So that's it. Subscribe.